Hello, my beautiful Saggies. Hello, hello. Welcome in. If you're new, welcome back. If you've been here before, I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. We are doing a reading for the week of May 4th. This will be posted May 1st, as you probably already know. um, if you come to this after that, it's perfectly fine. I'm experimenting with doing a reading, posting all my signs that I read for every Friday night for energies for the upcoming week. But, it's perfectly okay if you come to it at a different time. So, what do we have going on? Friday, May 1st is a full flower moon in Scorpio. Full flower moon being spring, where I am anyway. And most of these moon names were from Native Americans, as I understand it. I'm not an astrologer. So, full flower moon in Scorpio. Scorpio, mysterious, sensual, sexual, even. Sometimes you just don't know what a Scorpio is thinking. That's just their personality. Of course, it depends on what their rising sign is. But for the most part, when we think about Scorpio, we do think about sensuality, right? They're very charismatic. Usually, Scorpios are very magnetic, like people, they walk into a room and, you can feel the energy. So this full moon could be very powerful for some of you, especially if you have strong Scorpio placements. I am a Sagittarius, Leo rising, Scorpio, Venus, and moon. So I'm pretty sure that this full moon is going to have some sort of effect on me. All right, so in honor of the fact that I am posting these on the day of the full moon, I'm using my Starry Beginnings deck by Cassie White and my Celestial Tarot. So let's get right into it. From the Starry Beginnings, Saggies, you are being called into service. Believe in your own guidance. Yeah, this is 5, number 5. Fives are change. Change. You're being called to do something, Saggies. What is it? Listen and believe in your own guidance. Is somebody asking you to do something and in your gut you feel yes or no? That's what they're talking about here. That's what this card is saying. Believe in your own guidance. So you could be asked to do something every day, and we have to feel into our gut instincts to say yes or no. The biggest thing is we have to believe it. If somebody asked you to go somewhere and in the pit of your stomach you feel like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't think I should do it," then say no, thank you, right? Listen to your own inner guidance. When you are being called into service, it is your birthright to say yes or no. Now, if you have feelings of fear, you have to dispel those, because if there is something that you are meant to do, the universe knows it, your guides know it, and they will lead you to it. Sometimes they have to lead you to it several times before you finally say yes, right? Like me with reading tarot. For years and years, people were telling me, "You're a tarot reader." And I was like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And here I am. And I kept being led back to it, either through books or comments or even, readings with psychics or mediums or what have you. I would get those messages all the time. And I finally listened. So anyway, I'm just saying, as an example, I let fear stop me, right? But it kept being presented over and over again. And if that's happening to you, if somebody is asking you to do a particular thing over and over and over again, it could be your guides, but listen to your inner compass. Okay. So, please remember this is a collective, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Going to face the camera down and we're going to pull the tarot together and see what the rest of the message has. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Let's see what Spirit has for us from the Celestial Tarot. This is a very beautiful deck. It has a very different energetic feel and every single one of my tarot decks has a different energetic feel. And if you're a reader of any kind or you dabble in it, you know what I mean, right? You can pick up a dragon deck or what other, a foil deck, or what, they all have different energies. They feel different when you shuffle them, and the imagery on the cards gives a different feel. So yeah, just saying. They all have the same base meaning in tarot, right? The numbers, the symbols, the major arcana, but however they were channeled by the person who created the deck brings a different energy to it, to the expanded meetings. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. 2 cards that were the same as what Leo got. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Let's see. 8 of Swords, trapping yourself in your thoughts. 6 of Swords, trying to go someplace new and dragging old negativity with you. Old thoughts, old belief systems, old whatever. So we don't want to do that. We need to leave things behind that no longer serve us on our path, on our journey. We can't just drag everything with us. Wow, Swords, 9 of Swords. Okay. So Leo had similar, lots and lots of swords, communication. And this often happens because we are a collective. Sometimes we get many, many messages that seem the same for many different signs. Okay, so let's see. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Ace of Cups. Okay, this is a new opportunity. It's going to be an emotional opportunity, but the deeper meaning of the Ace of Cups is seeing something in a different way, different perspective. See it from the other person's perspective, right? Cups are water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but they're also a new opportunity that can be very emotional for you. New opportunity could be work, home, car, you know, many, many things. Then you have the King of Swords. I often feel this is Aquarius energy. This is somebody who tells the truth in a steely way, right? The Queen of Swords can tell it softer. The King of Swords is like, just calls you out, just says it as it is, just cuts right through the BS, right? So big communication week for Leo and Sagittarius. 8 of Swords. This is you trapping yourself in negativity. Look at that big, beautiful moon behind her. She has a blindfold on. She has 1 sword in her hand, and the other 7 swords are surrounding her. But she can get out of that. Take the blindfold off and just walk out, right? 8s are mastery and infinity. The only thing happening here is you blocking yourself with negative thoughts. Or you could be letting in negativity from another. 6 of Swords. Okay, I love this card. 6s are harmony. This person is headed toward all of this light, right? But these swords are more positive. They're lit up on this boat going across the water. Emotion. Water is emotion. These are the negativity behind that need to be thrown out of the boat, right? You cannot have a new beginning, such as the Ace of Cups is offering you, if you are staying stuck in negativity. You have to cut that out, right? Cut it loose, cut it out, let go of it. Because the very next card is the 9 of Swords. This, once again, this is a person whose thoughts are coming in, whose dreaming mind is coming in, and it's bothering. So it's a little bit different in this card, right? 9s are accomplishment. These swords are lit up. This card, to me, does not look as negative as it does in some other decks, right? She's kind of lit up from below with this pinkish purple light. She's lying in bed and she's thinking about something. She could even be meditating. She does not look like she's in distress. So these 2 cards are similar, right? Your thoughts need to be turned to positive. So looking at this, right? These swords they seem more plaguing to her than these, because these are lit up. These, to me, in this deck, these are her thoughts, right? She's thinking, she's meditating. But you can turn everything around to being positive. The next card out is the Seven of Wands. This is defending your position, Saggies. Seven of Wands is defending your position. This person is at the top of the hill. He's lighting up. This is my truth. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm doing, right? Wands are action and passion. What you're passionate about, you defend. And you say, this is me. If you don't like me, too bad. Go move on. Go somewhere else. This is who I am. This is the energy I get from that, okay? So looking from the beginning, you are being called into service. Believe in your own guidance. 2, the Ace of Cups, seeing it in a different perspective. The King of Swords, cutting out the negativity, cutting out what you no longer need, and telling the truth as it is. The 8 of Swords, right? Thinking, maybe letting yourself get caught up a little bit in negative thoughts. The 6 of Swords, trying to move to a new position and carrying the weight and the burden of negativity. The 9 of Swords, so you're turning it around. Remember, so the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Swords, trying to get rid of the negative. In this deck, I'm saying, this 9 of Swords, your truth is lighting up. Your truth is lighting up. Those swords are lighting up. She's meditating and thinking about it. Maybe she's going to get ready to discard the negative. Moving on with the 7 of Wands, saying, this is me. This is who I am. And that's that, right? So when you're called into service, maybe it's something that you don't believe. Maybe somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, can you help me with this project? Can you go online with me? Can you do this class with me? Whatever it is, and you're not kind of believing it. You're letting the negativity creep in, but don't. You can do this, right? You have everything you need inside of you. Now I'm asking if there's anything else, more swords. Anything else, Spirit, that my Saggies need to know? Okay, wow, those all flipped out really fast. Okay, let's see more messages. More swords, more communication. Page of Swords. You see those birds? Your spirit communicators, your ancestors in spirit, your spirit guides are trying to get a message to you. Pages are novices, right? They're new at something. So I do feel like you're being called to do something you may not have done before. You're going to have to make a choice and balance things out. This is the 2 of Pentacles. This could be financially good for you. Maybe it's a side hustle. Maybe somebody wants you to help them with that, and they're saying, hey, I'll split these profits with you 50-50. Maybe it's getting more followers on whatever project that you're going to do, but you're being called into service, and you can weigh the options, right? Weigh the options. You can see it differently, see it from a different perspective. You can tell the truth, right? You can move on in positivity, right? You can defend your position. So balancing it out. Pentacles has to do with things that are earthly, and this is the only pentacles you have. You have cups, swords, 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 wands, pentacles. So mostly communication, but a little bit of the other signs coming in. 10 of Cups. Okay, so this is one of the best cards in the deck. 10s are completing a cycle and beginning a brand new cycle, such as the Ace of Cups with an opportunity. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. This is going from 1 to 10, right? And the 10 of Cups is beautiful friendships, beautiful partnerships, beautiful co-creating. You see the rainbow, the beautiful humble home, the animals, the greenery, the friends sitting there talking, having a snack. This is comfort and joy. This is what I always say about that card. Comfort and joy. So Saggies, coming up the week of May 4th, you may be asked to do something, and you're going to have to get out of your own way, right? But you also need to tune into your gut to, maybe they offer you something and you want to tweak it a little bit and say, okay, I will do that with you, but we need to do this, or I need to do it this way, or, you know, something like that coming in. But I feel like it's a really good thing once you get to the truth of the matter, right? Change it up. That's 5, right? Change up the negative beliefs or the disbelief and accept what you are being called to do, Saggies. 7 of Wands, be who you are, right? Be who you are. Defend your position. I love you all so, so very much. Until next time, peace and kindness every single day.